How do I choose what I speak and write about? That's easy. You see, my business is dedicated to developing leaders in business and in life. I started speaking in competition at a very young age, and I was struck by the connection between effective speaking skills and effective leadership. I got very involved in leadership and became a practitioner and started to apply what I'd learned in the lessons that I shared through my books and through my speaking. Today, I look for ideas that are both relevant and useful, ideas that will help people either learn to lead or lead better. And I think it's important that the illustrations that I use are interesting. First of all, I don't want to be bored, and secondly, I don't want to bore my readers or my listeners. Illustrations are everywhere. You've just got to pay attention. And what I do is I combine analysis and reflection with the 30 plus years that I've spent talking about and writing about leadership to help people come up with ideas on how to lead and turn ordinary into extraordinary. It's a simple process, but it works for me.
It's a great question, isn't it? Why do you talk about what you talk about? Why do you do what you do? Well, unfortunately, mine was kind of born out of a challenging situation. I had lost my first wife, Sherry, to cancer, and my career and my life had been on hold for healthcare reasons and caregiving. And so my business was not in a good spot. So I started thinking about what could I do to stand out. I asked speakers bureaus, what did they say when they recommended me? And the number one answer was, hey, he's a nice guy and a good speaker. Well, I want to be a nice guy and I really want to be a good speaker, but I realized that wouldn't make me stand out or make me successful in the marketplace. So I started researching why did some organizations and some professionals stand out, hoping I could just apply that to my own business and turn the ship around. And I realized there were a lot of other organizations and a lot of other professionals that wanted to and needed to know the same thing. So I took the very principles that had helped me change my business, started speaking about them, and that's how I teach companies to create distinction.
Let me tell you why I speak about what I speak about and write about what I write about. I'm reactive. That's right, I'm reactive. Now, you've been told probably most of your life you should be proactive. So you go out there and offer solutions and ideas and solve problems that might happen, and you're proactively approaching life and business and problems and so forth. Not my style. I see a problem and I react to it. My first book, Shut Up, Stop Whining and Get a Life, was a reaction to what was going on in the self-help industry, saying all that happy horse crap doesn't work. And that was my reaction. Same thing with every one of my books, right down to my newest one, Grow a Pair, which is how I reacted to my view of society and how we're becoming a politically correct society of weenies. When I stand on stage and talk about my core values, it's a reaction to what I see going wrong in business and in life. It's really very simple. It's all about how you approach it. I approach it reactively. Thanks.
Hey, it's Joe Calloway coming to you from my hotel room where I just checked in Buckhead, just north of Atlanta. Let me tell you how I decide what to write about, what to speak about. First of all, it's business. I'm hooked on business. I'm hooked on what is it that people and organizations can do to become more successful and sustain and increase that success. Specifically, what I decide to write or speak about next comes from paying attention. Honestly, it just comes from observing. For example, a few years ago when people started going crazy about wow factors and saying, "Ooh, we just need a wow factor. If we're gonna be competitive, we need a better wow factor." And also about being different. People started saying, "Well, all we need to do is be different." And I looked at what was happening in the market and went, that's not the way it works. The market rewards you for being better, not for being different. So I wrote a book about it, Be the Best of What Matters Most. Ended up doing speeches about it. And that's where my material comes from paying attention to what's happening in the real world. Hope that's helpful. See you later. Bye.
Why do I write, speak, and consult in the areas I do? Well, the short answer, and this is going to sound sort of snarky, it's because I can. The important question is, why can I do this for so long? The interest is a given. You see, I fell in love with understanding how organizations work and how to make them better in my undergraduate studies, and that continued through grad school and even into my postgraduate studies. But that's not enough. I can do what I do today because I put in the work to expand my knowledge, develop the delivery competencies, and then listen to the marketplace so that I could actually bring value to my clients. And I still do that today. Everything I do is focused on helping my clients solve a current problem, prevent a future problem, or leverage a strength or an opportunity. Doing what I love isn't enough, and it's not really an option. I have to continually do the work to deliver value, and so do you. I'll see you next time.